Welcome back to Freedom in Hours. Andy here again. Great to have you back with us today. So today's video we talk about why does the price of crypto fluctuate so much or change so much. You see, we just heard news that FTX exchange has actually gone into Chapter 11 bankruptcy in Australia. Bankman-Fried has actually gone bankrupt with his business. Now, we find that very, very interesting. For many years now, we've spoken about how we believe crypto is actually a bad asset to invest in. We warned people a lot of videos, such as I told you crypto would crash, Bitcoin is a bad investment, and different videos about why you should be careful investing in the crypto market. Now, I've had a lot of subscribers come to me now and say, Andy, why does the price of crypto change so much? Well, in this episode, guys, we're going to go talk a bit more about, why crypto is such a ever-changing asset value, why the price changes so much, potentially why you need to stay out of it, but also potentially where there are some opportunities in the market. So anyway, let's go and jump in and look at it now, and make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for joining us here at Freedom in Hours. Okay, so as I said, we've been talking a long time about why crypto is a bad investment. Now, I guess a lot of people come to me and said, well, Andy, if the price changes so much, then is it potentially a good investment? And I'd say potentially yes in that regard. You see, if you're a seasoned trader or a seasoned professional that actually can trade the marketplace, there are actually opportunities in the market to be able to trade it. So I have a good friend of myself that's actually been trading Bitcoin, for example, and actually made a lot of money on some of the lows that's happened. Now, why I've been careful in the past to talk about this as being an investment is my concern is that most people out there aren't sophisticated traders. So if you're looking at making Bitcoin and you're a person that's working in a job, you want to jump out there and make some money, it's very, very dangerous because you actually need to know exactly what you're doing when you're trading. You see, you can't just jump out there and think you can make money through buying and selling it. It just doesn't work. And so many people have been burnt. Now, if you look at FTX, for example, the exchange has just gone into bankruptcy. Many people thought the founder of that, the Bankman-Fried, was actually a professional. They were talking about how he was going to lead the next .com boom. Again, I thought it was all a load of garbage, to be honest, and I was proven right. A guy that went to something like $30 billion overnight, within a couple of years, without creating any real value except an exchange, really would concern me. But also the fact that the whole crypto market just exploded. And as I spoke about in years, I don't believe there's much value in crypto. But that being said, there is value in being able to trade it if you can. So anyway, let's talk a bit more about why the price of cryptos changed so much. Why the price of Bitcoin changes so much as well is very, very interesting. You see, cryptos are a decentralized market, which means that anyone can buy and sell, and it's not actually tied to any one government or any one particular person that does it. So crypto is essentially based on what someone else will pay for it. So I use the greater fool theory. So someone wants to pay more than the last person, the price will go up. But the converse happens. If you don't want to buy it, then it goes into reverse. So that's why this price can swing firstly by so much. So it's based on very much investor sentiment. So back in the past when it was going up, people jumping in it, it was like, yeehaw, the Wild West, pow, 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 everyone was enjoying it. But when it went down, people started to panic, it went down in reverse. Now we've been seeing some massive swings in the price of some key cryptos in the last, couple of years actually. They could swing by 10%, 15% at any one time. Now, if you're an experienced trader and you can see the trends or you've got some good trading software in place, you can actually set your prices, your stop losses, your buys to be able to get in there and get out at a good time. But if you're not a sophisticated trader and you're thinking you're going to go buy it to make money in the long term, you could be in for a big disappointment. You see, we still see lots of challenges ahead in Bitcoin, for example. And the Binance founder also said himself that we could be in for a 2008 style crypto winter in place. Now, FTX is an example of that, but also shows why people can be wrong in the market. You see, a lot of people get on TV and they say they're the experts in crypto. They say, look, go and buy it, get in there, invest, make money. A lot of these people are actually spruiking investments in the long term. You see, I went to the cryptocurrency weekend they had down at the Gold Coast Convention Center, and I found that it was just people just sitting there trying to spruik their services to get people to buy. The great thing with Freedom in Hours is we provide impartial advice. So we're never trying to sell you into a service that we recommend. We will review services and give you options, but we're not there to be burdened by anyone else to sell. So, but I found that event, people were talking about how you can make, 30% overnight, but they're selling to people that weren't sophisticated. You see, if you're sophisticated, you can go on the ups and the downs of the market, leverage your position, and become famously wealthy very, very quickly. But you can also risk it all. And that's why, to be honest, I'm very careful if I try to do those strategies, even though I've been trading for years. So going back to why the price changes so much. So another factor involved is that there's a lot of players in the market that can manipulate the price. So you think about it, if market's quite illiquid, a bank, a large hedge fund can drop a lot of money into it, remove a lot of money, and fluctuate the price. This also happens with the stock market. It's very, very key thing about what people do. They like to manipulate it. So that's a big factor. The third factor is people basically gambling it. So if you look at Elon Musk, for example, when he pushed up the price of Dogecoin, for example, he got on there, made a few tweets, everyone jumped in there, the price shot up. And then he spoke about how Bitcoin was going to be used for Tesla cars, and everyone jumped in again. And that manipulated the price. But my concern is, guys, if someone can manipulate the price of an asset so much through talking about how good it is and posting a tweet, then doesn't that worry you? I mean, if you look at companies can't sit there and manipulate the share price based on inside information. It's actually all regulated. So if a company, for example, Tesla, told all these employees they're about to go and release a new car and release it to the marketplace before people knew, it's called insider trading. The challenge with cryptos is there's no regulation in place that stops insider trading, that stops people manipulating the marketplace, stops people from fluctuating the price up and down. So if you're a key market player, you can actually manipulate the price of Bitcoin however you see fit. It is quite frightening, and it's something that people really, really need to look out for. I guess the fourth factor in place is it's impossible to value a cryptocurrency. So some people have said it could go to $10 million. Other people said it could be worth nothing. No one really knows exactly what the cryptocurrency is worth. Now, this means that the price can fluctuate wildly. So I think it was down to 20,000 Australian dollars, 2-year low the other day. I recommended people not to buy it when it was $85,000 Australian or $90,000 all that time ago. So people bought it 90,000 Australian dollars. Guys, you've made a big loss. And a lot of people say, I'm just going to go and hold it till it goes back up again. Well, guys, as I said in previous videos, the money's gone. It's not at that price. It may never get to that price. But if you're a trader, you could have actually made money taking it from 90,000 all the way down to 20,000. And that's where it gets quite exciting. Now, we'll do videos in the future about how you can start to trade, about how you can look at options in a marketplace to be able to make money. But it's not just about, I guess, buying and holding. That's what the people sell to you. So I guess with the price of crypto changing so much, a lot of questions come up in, well, what price do you think it's going to be at, Andy, in the future? Well, to be honest, it's impossible to predict where the price will be at. The price could drop down around $3,000, $4,000 for a Bitcoin. It could go up to $80,000. I literally have no idea. And it's based on market sentiment, what people want to buy, what people see value in it, but it's not based on any fundamentals. And I'm always been a fundamental investor in the past. That being said, though, I do trading for a living. And if anyone wants to talk about, I guess, trading strategies, they can speak with me. But I'm very, very careful. This would only be in the top 1 or 0.5% of investors. And when I start doing some trading information, I'm going to be quite careful about who I release and kind of what I say to it. So, but if you've got a little bit of money, you want to try it out, just like gambling, throw in the market, have some fun. It's come down to low levels, could jump up, put 1,000 if you've got some spare money on it, put 10,000 if you can afford it. Have a bit of fun, but just make sure that the price is going to continue to change. It will continue to go up and down quite radically. And if you're happy for the bounces, then go for it. Have some fun. But the reality is you can't value crypto, and that's a key thing as well. So do I think it's going to go through a 2008 crash? Well, it already has. It's dropped from around 80,000 Australian dollars down to, I think, 20,000 Australian dollars. Could it crash further? Absolutely. Could it bounce further? Who knows? But it changes so much because of the nature of what it is. You see, a new cryptocurrency is coming out all the time. Blockchain can be replicated, so you keep on doing it with different ones. There will be charlatans. There will be people trying to take your money. Be very, very careful. Be careful what advice you take, and be smart about it. But again, it's not tied to anything. The price can vary. And it kind of reminds me of bubbles in the past. For example, dot-com boom, companies went up that had no underlying profits. Even now, we've had companies going up on the NASDAQ that have no underlying profits. People just investing in the hope for the future. And that's okay when there's a lot of liquidity around, which has been happening. But with interest rates going up, with the economy slowing down and potentially going to a recession, the first assets to be pulled back will be things like crypto. People will pull back and put their money into things that actually do provide a return. So anyway, make sure you let me know what you think. What you think has caused the price of crypto to go up and down so much. Whether you've invested in crypto, what your experiences have been. I'm really interested to find out what you guys feel about what's been happening. But again, Be careful in the market. And remember, creating wealth is all about little things you do each and every day. It's not about the quick wins. It's not about the lotto wins. It's not about getting in there and doing it. And the Freedom Hours philosophy is little things you do each and every day, hours a week, hours a month, adds up to long-term success. And that's how I got to where I am today. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out other cryptocurrency videos as well. We've got a playlist just here, which kind of goes through a lot about what we've spoken about in the past. But take care and look after yourself. And thanks for watching us here at Freedom in Hours.